Zimbabweans in the 13th centuries were building an empire, a wall that could house over 18,000 citizens. If you look closely at the wall, the architectural detail says nothing less of the geniuses of the indigenous people of Great Zimbabwe. If you look even more closely, you'll realize how much of a nexus the Great Zimbabwe Empire was to trade routes between the Great Silk Road from the east and Africa. Great Zimbabwe is the middleman of the medieval world, a global trading hub that is not just accidentally placed where it is, but a key point connecting to the Indian Ocean as well as the Silk Road. But true genius lies in the stone themselves. There are over 1 million stones, granite stones stacked upon each other, one after the other, stylistically and strategically placed without mortar, and they still stand today, hundreds of years after they were placed. The walls, they reach a height of 36 feet and span a length of 800 feet. Of course, the Great Zimbabweans were not just stacking rocks one on top of another. It was a precise geometry and acoustics. Within the walls, structures are strategically built. They were built with the strategy and hierarchy such that a king could stand atop his complex and speak. And whilst he speaks, his voice is acoustically transported down to the valley below in a manner that everyone could hear him loud and clear. This was a silent stone-bound communication system way ahead of its time. It was technologia. By the 15th century, either overgrazing or a shift in trade or a shift in focus made this city to be abandoned. But today, the remains of the walls are still present for you and I to see and have a glimpse at the wonder and grandeur of the Great Zimbabwe. This wall, along with other great monuments like the pyramids of Giza, as well as the pyramids in Sudan, and the 11 churches of Lalibela, as we will cover in our upcoming videos, and as grand testimonies and a protest against the simple lies that Africans are incapable of grandeur, that Africa has no history of monumental architectures. Great Zimbabwe is not a ruin. It is not a relic of the past. If you haven't visited Zimbabwe, I dare you to do so. And when you visit the Great Walls of Zimbabwe, and you will see for yourself. It is more than a ruin. It is an absolute proof that greatness does not really need permission. It only needs a foundation, a nation with absolute determination.
We don't mind having and bearing sanctions banning us from Europe. We are not Europeans. We have not asked for any inch of Europe, any square inch of that territory. So, Blair, keep your England and let me keep my Zimbabwe. People must always come first in any process of sustainable development.